Hello and welcome to Strictly Football. It's not a good day. It's not a good day at all. Yesterday we got knocked out of the Africa Cup of Nations, and I think a lot of people are just not happy with the way we were knocked out of the Africa Cup of Nations, and are not happy with the fact that we're always going to the Africa Cup of Nations and we're just there to make up the numbers. We're coming back from the group stages. And this time around, I don't think we had tough opponents because we gave Egypt a headache. They scored in the last minute. We should have won against Angola, and we definitely should have won against South Africa. But, of course, we did what we're known to be doing. We fluffed our lines, and, yeah, we're coming back home to a hero's welcome, probably. And to vent, because that's what I'm going to do throughout. I've got Coach Doughty and Mfana Kafeka Jezre Warriors.
Yeah.
Inda.
I think wearing this jersey, I'm just thinking to myself that, if we are not going to do anything right in terms of administration of our football, then we should be banned for the sake of our mental health.
You know what? That's a very good point. Because last night, I was like, yeah, for the 2-3 years that we were banned, my life was actually good.
We were peaceful,
we were peaceful. We knew we had nothing to expect. We had the PSL. Yeah? We'll go and watch it, come back home, we're good. And we didn't have 11 players who were bound, almost had this ritual to say, let's disappoint Zimbabwe at our best. And some were dancing at the end of that match, yesterday's match, which is ridiculous. But Coach Doubt, what has gone wrong for Zimbabwe at this Africa Cup of Nations?
Zvazvinongoita mukurarama kwese tswanda itange kurukwa kumusoro inotangira pasi. Our foundation towards success is very, very weak. ZIFA has failed Zimbabweans. ZIFA has sabotaged Zimbabwean football. You cannot expect results at the highest football showcase when you don't have, what can we say, when you are not supporting the best or where the talent is nurtured. We need to go back, have a plan, an 8 to 12 year plan, so that we produce talent.
Coach, we've been saying this after the Africa Cup of Nations for the longest time now. Let's go back to the drawing board. Let's do this. Here, drawing does draw. Taro foot tazoka. Drawing board. Naita neta na kudraw, guys. We're running out of pencils.
Yeah.
We're running out of pencils, and it's ridiculous.
If we are running out of pencils, so we are doing something that is right. Killing the happiness of Zimbabweans every time we go for.
So that's
the consistency. The consistency. Every time the Warriors go out, 6 times now, we are always bottom of the group. That consistency.
Really, that's the consistency we're looking for as Zimbabwe, that every single time we go to the Africa Cup of Nations, every team that is in our group will be like, yeah, 3 points against Zimbabwe. Definitely, we're definitely getting 3 points against Zimbabwe.
When you look at the group that we had this AFCON tournament, it's probably the weakest of all the groups that we have featured in all the tournaments that we've participated in. Looking at the first match when we played Egypt, yes, we thought Egypt were going to be a masterclass against us, but toe-to-toe we were brilliant. But unfortunately, when you do not have a plan, or basically when defending in numbers is not good enough for you, and your team shape when defending is bad, you are bound to concede silly goals. As we saw against Egypt, we considered 2 silly goals that could have been avoided if we had a positive and a well-structured defensive lines in terms of defending without the ball. And then with the ball at our feet, we missed a lot of chances we created. But unfortunately, the way the teams were set, we never had a first 11 throughout the game, the tournament. 3 three different first 11s, and then you start to wonder: Are we ready?
We were
to succeed in
using
these
scientific
tournaments?
approach. We were using the scientific approach to select this team. Remember, guys, we love your comments here on Strictly Football. Tell us what you feel is going wrong with Zimbabwean football. What went wrong at the Africa Cup of Nations? And we promise to read out your comments in our next segment of in our next episode of Strictly Football. So please don't forget to subscribe and also to share. A scientific approach, Reynold. That's what the coach says he's been using. And the scientific approach told him that he needs to change 5 players. It's the game against Angola, isn't after the game against Egypt.
Yeah.
That's the scientific approach. That's how you see it.
Well, the scientific approach, I don't know which laws of science were working there, but, we're looking at someone
It must have been gravity because we're right at the ground.
Right
we're
at the
right
ground.
at the
At the
bottom.
bottom.
Yes.
And, Msendami was on fire in the first match.
Second match.
Withdraw him, second match, nowhere to be seen. Everybody who has really shown brilliance. Msona was on fire and Bio Antonio in the second match. Then we withdrew them as well. And you wonder what kind of science we are dealing with. Because at the end of the day, anyone who's showing signs of brilliance, we are pulling them out and we are saying, no, we want these ones that are not performing.
No, do you know what the streets are saying now?
No.
Because it doesn't make any sense.
It
Why are
doesn't.
you pulling out the guys that are performing?
Then I'm making
What
an
are you
impact on
looking
the
for?
game.
Huh? Because you can't tell
Unfortunately-
me, coach, you can't tell me that Genesis Mangombe, if he had taken this national team and gone to the African Cup of Nations, would not have come with a point here. You can't tell me
Probably
that.
he would have brought us 4 points.
Yeah.
Because to be
What's his
honest with
name?
you, against Angola, it was a fair game. We drew, but
Yeah.
with South Africa, we created so many chances, and then we lost the game totally.
Skilder. Oh, who got fired from AFCON for getting 3 points?
No,
Nome Mapeza. He got 3 points, got fired. Right? This guy, if he's coming back here and he doesn't get fired, then we've got questions.
are you sure he's
They
going to
like
come
his
back?
scientific approach.
Huh?
They like his scientific approach.
We don't.
What
does
scientific approach?
The scientific approach has brought disaster upon disaster to our name. As a nation, this is totally unacceptable. Because when you look at the stats, we've got Maswani his goal contribution in the Scottish Premier League in Europe. I think is the number 2 right now.
Yeah.
And the boy has got an eye.
Wait.
for football.
Wasn't he Player of the Year in the Scottish League? Wasn't he?
No, at his club.
At his club?
At Motherwell, yeah. And then when
And
you see he's got
just
the
last
backing of
month
his
he
club.
took the player of the month for the War League.
Oh, and this is the guy that we're putting on the bench for Navai.
The first
No.
game, he played 5 minutes. The last 5 minutes. Then the second game, not even given a
single
chance to
second.
warm up. And then the third game, he starts. He proves to you that I am the main man who can give you results. Then when you see every time he had the ball at his feet, you could really see the adrenaline within him, the technical ability to take on the defenders without fear, even making shots and creating chances for others. This guy, this boy, he is now the poster boy of Zimbabwean football. And let us not forget what he has done for Zimbabwe, especially in yesterday's match. He was a pure class. The South Africans could not handle him at all. And another paper too, like what we were discussing with Skilda. He had to send
Mbokazi to the
Mbokazi back
ground.
to the drawing board again with that inside-out turn and a beautiful goal that Africa's number 1 goalkeeper could not save.
Yeah, listen, there's this thing that we're here and we're talking about Maswane, and the type of play that Zimbabwe was playing throughout the Africa Cup of Nations. The first game, I would understand. Low block, put in Navaya strong or Makali Bon strong, hit the ball long, hope he controls the ball, and then the other forwards come and help him out. It's understandable in the first match.
Yeah.
In the second match, this is Angola.
Yeah.
Hey, this is a team that we've been playing for a very long time with, and we've been beating.
Yeah.
So why was there a low block and Boramberi type of football going into that match? When we knew that's where we were going to get our 3 points.
It's a scientific approach as well. But, well, there is no need to hold back against Angola. They do have that Gelson Dala, one of the most dangerous players that they have. But, when you have put a edge around him, then go out all guns blazing. But our problem now is that I don't know how the scientific approach works in the sense that we need to hold back and we don't need to be adventurous. We don't need to go forward. We don't need to cause chaos in the opposition's box. And that is where our problems were coming from because we are just trying to make sure that in our box we do not get to concede.
Great. You've been doing a good job of that. We considered how many goals? 6?
Well, that's the most in the group.
Just the most in the group. So what was the coach doubt? What was the purpose of us going low block?
I believe that the coach had no idea for how to structure his team defensive-wise and attacking-wise. And I believe his scientific methods are just for him to go back to school and rewrite the exams that he failed.
No, you see, the problem that you two are having is that you don't know the scientific approach. He's just been putting names in AI and then saying, AI, please come up with a lineup that can beat Angola. And then that's the lineup that he gives us.
Well, if you are using artificial intelligence, then it will give you wrong answers, especially on the match day. This is a match that is played 11 versus 11. And also, the technical department plays a huge role to support the guys that are on the field. Right. I don't even understand. Well, when a coach selects Garanganga to play right back when we've got Jalai, who's naturally a right back, then in the first match, I didn't see anything fancy that Mohamed Salah did against Debe. So I believe that, that mistake that Debe costed us, he's supposed to be goal side, but he was seen the other side of the goal in the last minute. That shows you that he is not a natural left back, but you are fixing positions for those who are supposed to be out of the playing 11.
Well, we have a shortage of fullbacks in Zimbabwe. Is this the case?
I don't think so.
Because I was screaming from the 20th minute, what is Garananga doing there? Like, what are you doing? He's offering nothing going forward, and he's offering nothing defensively.
He was giving us disaster all the time.
And did you notice that the South Africans were actually picking that wing?
And if you look at all our games, the first one we had the cheerleader playing as the right back. What's his name? The cheerleader.
Well,
Murwira. And he lacked the pure football IQ. Then the second game, brilliant stuff from Jalai.
But he was really brilliant. Off the pitch, the singing and everything.
Off the pitch, yeah.
That's very important, though.
No.
He was brilliant.
If you want him to be off the field and doing those antics, then I think the next tournament which we can qualify for, then we can buy him the drums and the show so that he can be the cheerleader.
Oh, he can actually be with the fans in the stadium, and then
he becomes the 12th man. But here I'm saying, when you look at the two fullbacks that played against the first one against South Africa and then the other one against Egypt, those two guys were lacking anything, both in defense and in attack. But when you look at Jalai, when he stepped in against Angola, he played brilliantly. And when he came in against South Africa, those last 15, 20 minutes, he was excellent again. And also you could tell that he was willing to attack, which is something that we lacked. Then when you look at our policy, the moment Jalai stepped in, then
there was nothing. He offered nothing.
He offered nothing, totally nothing.
It's shocking, and it's something that maybe Zifa or the coaching department will probably have to tell us why there were so many changes, so many chops in that team. Is it because the coach didn't have enough time to then say, no, this is my first 11, I can trust these guys? Or it's just the incompetence of the coach? Because still, if we say he didn't have time, what was the reason of keeping Jalai out? What was the reason of keeping Maswanise out? What was the reason for him to bench Musendami, who was absolutely fantastic against South Africa? So how do you explain all of these things without saying that the coach is incompetent or the whole technical department is incompetent?
Well, you start to have question marks because you look at even the announcement of just ahead of the Egypt match, we get the starting 11. Lunga is not there when everybody's expecting him at left back. Then at the end of the day, the explanation comes later on that, Lunga and Knowledge Msona are injured. Why didn't we get this information before the match?
And it only took them 2 days to recover, eh?
Yeah, 2 days to recover.
Amazing.
Then
injuries,
afterwards, we get to hear again for the third match, Musona is injured as well.
Can I ask one question though? How many minutes did Musona play?
65 minutes,
Yeah,
He played 65 minutes.
the World Tournament.
the whole tournament.
No, he played 65 minutes.
Yeah.
Did you see him limp?
No, that was a
Was he off the
substitution.
pace in the second match?
Well,
The goal he scored.
scientific injury.
So he can play 65 minutes.
Yeah.
If
And then
can
he
play-
can't play the next game.
If he can play 65 minutes, and you're hoping that, as a football fan, you're hoping that he's going to start the next match, then you hear this crazy news that he's not going to be able to make the match day squad. Then you start to wonder, is this the Morocco gate that is happening again in Zimbabwean football? Then you don't understand these methods that this coach and this technical team are bringing. If they've got the support of FIFA, then we are heading for disaster for the future of our football.
No.
Because having like I said before, when this guy was given this contract on a 1 year, best 12,000 salary a month, then I said we chased away Nice, who was a plumber, and bringing in a handyman of a plumber. Then these
The
are the
assistant
results.
plumber.
Plumber was earning less.
He
That
was earning
around
less. Then the
10,000.
handyman is earning more. Then these are the
It doesn't
results
make
that we get.
sense. So if we're going to take this guy, because obviously the idea was that this new guy, this Mario thingy, is going to take us to the groups out of the group stages of the Africa Cup of Nations,
I believe-
and he doesn't do so. So why did we fire Nice?
I believe most people who gave this guy the contract at Zifa grew up playing that Super Nintendo game with the Super Mario.
Was,
Because
they
only
were
loved
like
the name.
Super Mario.
Yeah, then they thought they
Wow.
will do that the same thing that the game does. But to be honest with you, this is one of the worst coaches that Zimbabwe has ever produced at AFCON. If I tell you, with Nice, do you know Zimbabwe never conceded silly goals?
Yeah, exactly.
And tournaments are won by strong defenses.
Defenses. Yeah.
And then with a weak defense, these are the results
You
that
know
we
what?
get.
You know what? I think if we had Michael Nice in that team, we would have not conceded those 2 goals
Yeah.
against
We would have
Egypt.
never conceded all the goals that we
Probably,
conceded.
I'm sure that with
on a chip.
Magonis would have had 3 draws. And
Yeah.
that were enough.
That were
take us
enough
to
to
the
actually
front.
take us to the next.
Currently, as we speak, Angola
Can go through.
Can go through.
With 2 points.
With
With
2
2
points.
Then we need a draw or we need to score. Then somebody makes a decision to bring a 16-year-old boy
We
by
need
the
a
name
goal.
of Chakuchichi, and then when the ball goes to him or when the
I'm talking about the
I don't Nakamba was just a passenger, but he made a brilliant pass. When the ball reaches to the boy Chakuchichi, he is hesitant. To hit the ball first
You can't
time.
even blame the kid. He's 16 years old. His team is losing, right? And he's expected
under
to
pressure.
find the back of the net.
Yeah.
And that chance comes to him. 16, Ndara. You're Urusamba national team.
do you know-
Uchakakama.
Do you know the craziness about football?
Yeah.
We are not going to look about age. We're not going to talk about his age. We are going to talk about how he felt.
He failed.
We needed a goal.
Yeah.
And this
And-
is the guy who was with the ball.
And you're a coach. The purpose of a coach is to protect those players, isn't it? Especially the 16-year-old.
He wasn't even supposed to make the squad at
The
all.
idea, was it not, Reynold, was it not that the idea of Chakuchichi going to the Africa Cup of Nations is that the guy just gets a feel of what it is to be at the Africa Cup of Nations,
can I
not
tell-
actually kick a ball? Was
Can
that
I-
not the idea?
Can I tell you
That was the
something?
idea.
To be honest with you, whoever came up with this idea for him to experience and to learn, they came with the worst idea of all times. A 28-man squad was supposed to be there without Chakuchichi. If you want the Chakuchichis of tomorrow to go and learn, they should have brought along 7 to 8 players of his of
Age.
the under
But
his
look
age
at
group,
this.
the under 20s or under 17s that he was playing with, so that they go and learn. But now this is a biased selection, and totally you want records that does not have anything to do with greatness in football. You bring him just because you want to have the youngest player at the tournament, and this was a total disaster. And that chance that he
Yeah,
got with a more experienced player, he could have
We would have
scored.
found the back of the net.
I want you to look at this.
All right,
At
with
one
Mashao
point-
Munetsi, he would have scored that ball.
At one point, we had the issue of Sean Fusire, who requested first class because of an injury on a plane. They said we can't foot those bills. So now getting those 7 going outside of the 28-man squad was literally out of the
we-
question
we
because
all-
we are trying to cut expenses.
We all quickly forget about one thing. His Excellence ED gave the ZIFA 400,000
And they are
US dollars.
receiving
That's almost
500,000 as well.
You are
for
receiving
participating
that's almost
at
a
AFCON.
million.
Yeah.
You know, so it means if the number one family is giving you almost half of a million,
Yeah.
it means you've got time to bring in those 6 youngsters also to go and learn.
But we need
That's
to
a
pay
very
off the
interesting
kids.
thing there. Guys, it made me, and it's here about you guys. And we're talking about His Excellency, the President, right? And he has given you this to say, guys, go fight for this country.
Yeah.
Right? Basically, go in that field. Be ready to die for this country.
Yeah.
And then you perform the way you did. And then to my dance never. And auna that conscience ekuthi you've got a nation of over 16 million people that are waiting for your success. South Africa.
When you send your troops to war, you expect a win. You don't expect a draw. You don't expect anything else except for a win. Yesterday, this was the Battle of Limpopo. You know how things are between Zimbabwe and South Africa. We needed to make a statement. And that match was for us to take on a silver platter and to make it to the next stage. That was the only chance that we have. Then you make a statement that has got no value at all for us as a nation. You bring in a change squad completely. You play somebody who's not even a right back to be the right back. Unfortunately, Garanganga was it?
It was horrible. It was horrible. Let's just say how it is.
Against our policy. And, you know, when you look at the young talent that you have in the national team, like yesterday, we had Maswani, we had Chirewa, we had
Bio Antonio.
Bio Antonio. Actually, in the first 11, we had Bio Antonio, Maswani, and Fabich.
Yeah.
Those guys, those 3 guys, they played their hearts out, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
They were fighting like seasoned players.
Yeah.
Then we are having the so-called more experienced players making those silly blunders. Yeah, when you look at the assist by Lunga for
A goal and assist.
he had
That one,
an
the assist for
Forster.
Yeah.
You know, it's a brilliant assist. And then when you're watching that match,
Maybe
you
we
start
should
to
blame
wonder, is he playing for this country or is
Maybe you
against
should blame
us?
in midfield as an creative Divine Lunga.
I think,
I actually wonder why he didn't get the man of the match.
Because that
a goal and assist.
a goal and assist that could have definitely given man of the match, award. Let's talk about that. The ball is being flighted, right? Coached out. You're a coach. You've played football before. The ball is being flighted. It's hanging in the air, right? The first thing that you do, I don't know if this is correct, but this is what I think. The first thing you do is survey the area. Okay, who's around me, right?
Thank you. That's very true.
Yes, the ball is hanging. The ball comes. You've really made a decision. Is anyone making a move? No. Okay, fine. I can do two things, right? Either I will head it to my
partner?
to my partner who's is he marked? No.
Yeah.
So I can head it to him. Number 2, I can play it safe and head it to the goalkeeper because there's no one that's putting pressure. Or if there is pressure, just head it forward so that everyone can come back and defend. Why on God's green earth would you decide to head it back to the goalkeeper when you know that there's somebody who's putting pressure and the goalkeeper is also sleeping and not even noticing what is happening?
Distance.
Yeah, at a distance. And what? Okay, let's start off with Divine Lunga.
All right. I'm looking at... I had to watch this clip over and over again. Number 1, Divine Lunga had no pressure at all. Right. In football, the moment you were saying you have to look the surrounding areas, we call it scanning. These are basic things that these guys should be doing at this highest level of a match. Yesterday, he should have scanned his surrounding before making a decision. Do you know, actually, the guy who was just behind him, if he had scanned before, he could have flicked behind the opponent so that you can play it safe. Or even put it back into the midfield zone with that height and distance that he had put while trying to give it back to the goalkeeper. Then the defense could have reorganized themselves and
brace for an attack.
And also one position back. Then when you're heading back to the goalkeeper, that is a defensive header that he was using. That is meant for clearing the other side.
Yeah.
When you're facing your opponent's goal, you use a defensive header that has got height and distance. Now you want to give your goalkeeper that same type of a pass, headed pass? Why can't you use an attacking header so that it goes flat
and gets
straight
quicker
directly to the goalkeeper? Then also, I'm looking at the lack of communication between the three guys who were playing at the back. Right. I'm looking at Washington Arubi. Did he communicate for the defender to clear? I'm looking at the other partner, the first centre back who was closer to Lunga.
That should have been Takwara.
It was Takwara. Did you communicate with
To clear.
Lunga to clear? No. So if you don't have a team that communicates, these are silly blunders that can happen. These are schoolboy blunders. And also the biggest challenge is these mistakes that we did. These are schoolboy blunders. These are made by those who grew up playing school football. Then those who grew up playing academy or junior football, they train every day. Once you are 13 to 16, this is the moment that you have to train football every day if you want to make it into the professional football setup. Then these are the mistakes that costed Zimbabwe. You look at the first goal against Egypt, the near post, Mamush. You know.
Who was that? Your friend? What's your friend's
the
name?
singer?
The singer, cheerleader. I've got one, before you go any further, I got one question. What's the purpose of a professional foul?
To stop a goal.
So you could the guy. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. The same mistake against Angola, the first goal.
Oh, that was actually Takwara.
Again?
Do you realize that Takwara
You moved inside
and left a whole gap?
But you know one thing.
This is
when your centre back moves inside,
Yeah.
it means that your right back needs to shift in,
so
and
that they
close that
cover
gap. Even if the Angolan team had one position, they were supposed to play it down the line so that you can shift easily and contain that pressure. But you leave a gap where then the left winger just can put the ball behind the centre back and the right back who is off position, the centre back who is off position, and he's got all the time to slot a goal through the near post.
And how do you get beaten near post? I don't know. I know Alan Shearer did come out and say, you know what, I don't know this theory that a goalkeeper shouldn't be beaten near post. But is this Chikura Chikocha near post or
Near post.
near post or fuck was bo near post? But I will beat you near post. How does that happen?
But now, if you look at the technical ability with these guys who are training, who have been training every day ever since they were young, they are different from most of our players. You can look at what Maswani was doing, because he grew up playing training football every day, being coached the right methods every day. When he gets into a certain position, they are bound to score goals because he has been doing this over and over. Practice makes it perfect. So
now.
These goals that we considered from Mamushi and the number 10 from Angola, these are things that they've been doing all over their years. And when they get into such positions, they score. And when you look at a chance that Bio Antonio missed against Angola, it's almost the same goal as the one that... what's this South African guy? The number 9, Foster. Scored against Angola in the first game. You cut inside, then you kill the ball beyond the reach of the goalkeeper. With a near post or far post. Because if you keep on doing these things, when you get in those scenarios,
it's natural.
You're bound to score. Then this is the danger that Zimbabwean football is at this stage. Our players that we want them to be the future of tomorrow, they do not train every day. They are either at school, they are either being made to wash clothes or do chores at home. Then football is just another hobby for them to just...
Yeah, I remember...
when it's business.
There was something that was said in a football group yesterday where everybody was complaining about, you know, we can't be going out of the group stages every single time at the Africa Cup of Nations, and we didn't see any desire. And somebody says, no, that's... we should remember that football is a game after all. For who?
Wow.
For who is it a game after all? Did you, like, when Morocco is playing and the stadium is full, you think any one of those people that paid their money to go and see Morocco is thinking, nah, it's just a game.
We lose,
we lose, we draw. It's not just a game. And that's the mentality that we have in Zimbabwe, that it's okay. We win, we lose. Then you go home and to your families and no, but you're forgetting the investment that the fans would have put in. Our own captain, in his apology, says, "Yeah, sometimes we lose. Sometimes."
Was that his take? That is the greatest question. Was that supposed to be his line, that sometimes we lose? And we are looking at this, everybody reviewing that footage. That ball was bound to be out.
It was going wide.
And unfortunately, maybe we are playing him in the wrong position. And you wanted to show Arubi that, you can cover your near post like this.
Oh, so we should play with two goalkeepers, Nakamba and Arubi.
Yeah, because he tried his best to make sure that he does give Arubi a lesson. And I don't know if Arubi took a cue from that.
All right, as a
I don't
captain,
think so.
how are you not aware of your surroundings as well? You know where you are positioned right now. You know where you're near post. I don't
Lack
know,
of
guys.
communication as well.
I've never played professional football, but I've gone to a training session. I was a goalkeeper.
Yeah.
And every single time, I am aware of where my post is, where I'm standing, right? Every single person in that field should know where they're standing, right? And the effects of where they're standing. Am I wrong, Coach?
Football has got zones. Depending on what you are doing, if you are attacking or you are defending or it's midfield play, there are zones that you need to look at. Right, it was a corner kick against Zimbabwe. Yep. We all know the defensive zones that we need to protect. Yep. He knew exactly where he was. You don't have to think that maybe the ball is going inside. The communication also from the goalkeeper is crucial. But in that moment, the goalkeeper he doesn't have enough time to shout. But it's all about us who have been training this short piece defensive wise. How are we going to defend them? Because if you are sleeping on duty, then this is what happens. Then we've got a captain, our captain, marvelous WhatsApp Nakamba, who has been doing the wrong things all over throughout the tournament. You cannot play, you cannot mark. Then you give South Africans a chance to celebrate over.
That was a nothing. Wait, guys. Does anyone remember a chance that South Africa of any of our goals? Yeah. Does anyone remember a brilliant play from South Africa that we couldn't avoid and that we couldn't?
Basically, South Africa, we gave them all
three goals.
All 3 goals on the silver
we
platter.
assisted them.
Then, if you look throughout this tournament, we have relied on individual brilliances.
Yeah. There's no team.
There's no team. You look at the goal that we scored against Egypt. That
lovely play from Jalai to Prince Dube.
Prince Dube, great 10. Then, he just picked his spot and made that pass into the net. And then when you look at the goal against Angola, great hold-up play. In fact, it wasn't great hold-up play. Pio Antonio had to fight to recover position from the Angolians. Nice through pass, good first touch, and a finish from knowledge. That's individual brilliance again. Then again, Fabij repossessing, winning position back, assisting Maswani, who danced through the South African defense. And also giving a present to Mbokazi so that he can take to the United States where he's going to be playing there. And then Africa's #1 goalkeeper had no chance. Yeah. Now, I'm looking at these goals that we scored. We had to fight for them. And then I'm looking at the goals that we considered throughout this tournament.
Did the other team have to work for
it? They had to just get them on a silver platter.
It's all the goals.
We have been assisting them.
Which is you bring up something that is very important. You look at all the goals. Yeah. None of them had anything to do with amazing play from the other team. No. Well, it was just defensive lapses from.
This is the Christmas period.
Also, it's a time for giving.
It's a time for giving, and of course, those gifts. So not a secret Santa. This was an open Santa. Really dishing out.
Reynolds, you're saying if it's time for Christmas and it's time for giving out presents, these are the kind of present that these Zimbabwean players gave to the Zimbabwean people to have their highest sugar readings, highest BP readings, and then you telling me I could not sleep the entire night yesterday.
No, but it's just a game. Why were you not sleeping? It's just a game.
For me, it's not just a game. It's my nation's name on the line.
But
Everybody, all right, I'll tell you.
Look at this. Last night, you were talking of scanning, and possibly Lunga did not scan. But maybe he scanned to the VIP stands, and he saw his club president there, who's also the CAF president.
Oh, my
who's
word.
also sponsoring the South
word.
African League.
Oh, my word.
And she thought, maybe I need to gift my president.
We're not saying anything. We're just saying, things like that could
Things like
happen
that could
in
happen.
football. We're not saying
happens.
that's what happened.
Well, then if we are having Father Christmas like that, then we are heading for a disaster for the next AFCON if we qualify and it is played the same time as this one. It means that they will have more presence because
I think, guys,
people will need
we're
to give
skimming
out.
over something that is very important.
Yeah.
The thing that is very important is that we've seen that this national team can be absolutely fantastic if the ball is played on the ground.
That's true.
True.
All right? And we went to the Africa Cup of Nations and I saw long ball after long ball. I don't remember a goal coming from a long ball for us. I don't remember that. But I do remember Chirewa. He did get the ball from Galloway. Who gave him the ball?
For the one he shot.
The one that he put through for Maswanise for the second goal.
Oh, that was actually a ball recovery.
Yeah.
But if you look at that defense splitting pass by Chirewa, that was brilliant. And also the football IQ from that moment that he got the ball from the midfield and the distance that you could tell. It only takes a Tony Cruz mindset to put
To have
through
that.
a through ball like that. And also the first touch also to go in front of the
complement
defender from Swan was brilliant. Yes, the finishing wasn't that great. But, when you create such opportunities, something is bound to happen because the goalkeeper made a save, but it hit the chest of the defender and went straight into the empty net. Then I'm looking at the chances that Zimbabwe were creating with these boys on the field of play. And I'm wondering if they had been given enough time to play throughout the tournament. They have started the game. I believe that we could have done brilliant stuff. Then I'm looking at this, especially this setup for the first 11 that played yesterday against South Africa. We are only having two. Actually, we were just having 1.5 midfielders. There
was only one midfielder. What do you mean?
That has been the story
Okay.
the whole tournament.
The whole tournament, there was five.
I didn't
That
say
was
one midfielder. I said 1.5.
Yeah.
Who's the
and
half?
Sendami
Alright.
is forced to
The
play
only
box to box.
The one midfielder that we had was Fabic.
He's the only midfielder we had.
Then the half is Nakamba. Who's
No, he wasn't there, man. He was just a warm body.
Then
What did he do?
You
Name-
play Bill Antonio in the midfield. When
Guys,
he's a
tell
winger.
us in the comments.
Yeah.
Tell us in the comments
He
what
did do something.
Nakamba did.
You did do
Please don't mention the handball.
I think Nakamba has been watching the most matches. I think he has been watching American football.
Yeah,
Because
for quite some time now.
For quite some time, because if he was watching football, I don't think he would have done that. Because this was a crucial moment when Zimbabwe were on top of the game.
But look at this. This potentially is the last AFCON that Marvelous Nakamba is going to play. And what were you going to remember him for?
Handball. Oh, Hansi Muge is free.
Yeah, Mgay is free.
Muge is free.
He has been finally released.
After
Yeah.
decades.
After
Take
decades.
it.
After
Now
2
we'll
decades.
remember Nakamba forever.
Many people remember Nakamba for so many wrong things that he have done for this nation.
Yeah.
Yeah, being the one of the masterminds of having a WhatsApp group that has leaked the message so that other players cannot make it to the AFCON because he feared that
Wait,
he would not make it to-
which one is this now? These are allegations, right?
Yeah, these allegations are. but
So it
for
might
us-
not be true.
For us people, they will not be allegations. Hanza hakuna moto.
We are just. These are allegations
But
that.
talking of this, during the international friendlies, there was talk of conflict between the coach, Tawanda Chirewa, Tawanda Maswanise, and some other players. Even Marshall Mnetze was involved in that. Then, come the tournament, right? I remember Chirewa had to take a flight back to England, and Maswanise was reported to have taken a flight back to Scotland as well. Then, come the tournament, these two guys, they don't get the minutes. Munetsi
And then you
is
just-
dropped for the tournament.
Yeah, you
And
joined the
to
dots.
make it worse, he even had an interview with Robert Marawa, where he spoke that, my club cleared me and, I was cleared to play the last 2 games. But then he was just blue ticked. So now that smoke, which we tried to switch off and we just tried to
Give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah. Now it's really showing that, there was really chaos in the
Is
squad.
that the reason why we were blocked from interviewing the
This
the
is the
national
reason.
team?
This is
Was
the
that
reason.
the reason for the national blackout?
Do you know that ZIFA had a strategy so that the people of Zimbabwe will never get enough information or the correct information at hand? Right. To be honest with you, the media plays a big role to let people know exactly what is happening within any of our sporting institutions. If you black out the media, it means that you are hiding something, right? I would like to thank Robert Marawa for asking Marshall Munetsi a very, very important question that all of us as Zimbabweans have been wondering, is it true or is it biased towards Nakamba's selection? Right. Nakamba, the man himself, yes, at first he did not want to answer that, but he came out all guns blazing and said the truth as it is. I was cleared by Wolves to play.
Oh, you mean Munetsi?
Munetsi, sorry. He was cleared by Wolves to play the second and the third game. When you have Morocco taking their best player,
Hakimi.
Actually, Hakim is the best African player on the continent right
the
now.
reigning best African
You know,
player.
they
Salah.
took him. He was literally being pushed on 3 wheelchairs so that he could go and participate in the tournament. He played the last 20 minutes of yesterday's match. I watched it. He was brilliant. Just imagine, if we had Marshall Munetsi, his experience, the chances that we miss, the guy has been creating and scoring in the EPL.
Yeah, there's a good point. There's another thing that's messing me up, and this could be true, that Andy Renomota had to go back for family reasons. And I respect that there could be family reasons.
Yeah.
But then again, conspiracy theorist in me is saying, well, if the Munetsi and Renomota had gone to the AFCON, how would Tortoise play?
Yeah. Well,
Tortoise would not have played.
He wasn't going to play. He wasn't going to play.
well,
Not at all. There are certain players
Because
that...
right now...
okay.
Yeah, go.
I'm looking at 3 players that could have made it harder for the guy to make it into the 28-man squad. And these 3, our own local boy who's playing at Moors, Abubafa Mofat.
yeah.
That boy is a magician.
Well,
He's injured as
apparently
well,
he's
isn't he?
injured as well.
The fake injuries. We've got Munetsi.
Yeah.
He's injured.
And then people will say that
It's scientific.
That's scientific.
scientifically proven by a fake professor.
Even Walter Msona would have
Walter
boosted
Msona
our
could
midfield.
have played as a midfielder because he can play as a midfielder.
Oh, did you see all
Scientifically
those?
injured as well.
Then we've got Zemura. Well,
Jordan.
Again, another player who could play as a midfielder.
Yeah.
He was dropped in the team. Then we had
What, he was
an
not
issue with
injured?
Renomota.
Well, he was injured. Maybe scientifically.
But he got injured, but he was never meant to be on that plane to AFCON.
Yeah.
Then you reward somebody who has not played the entire of the qualifiers so that he can wear the armband and then also create
Scientific
disaster
approach.
in the national team.
Yeah, but
in the last
Scientific
Coach,
minutes.
can I ask you one question? Is there a rule in coaching that you can't sub your captain?
Well, if Karim Benzema, a Real Madrid captain at one time, could be substituted, who is Nakamba not to be substituted for the greatest nation on earth, that is Zimbabwe?
Well,
So why play him 3 games? He's done nothing. Fabish was running
yeah.
box to box, defending, getting the ball, creating chances.
Yeah.
He was the only one who was there. I was actually surprised when somebody said, Nakamba nenga akutamba pa CB match. I'm like, Nakamba ari mom.
You know,
Nakamba, well, no disrespect to the captain as the captain, because even the vice captain, we also had to give him minutes. So I think in the scientific approach, the leadership, he has to get that playing time. those playing
Yeah,
minutes are
I'm good
important.
and fine, but you can be a captain on the bench.
Well,
Yeah,
you-
just
you
like
can't-
his fellow brother, the ultimate singer, God knows Murira,
Yeah,
who saw
he-
one match and then the entire of the tournament, he was just singing and clapping his hands from the terraces.
Yeah,
Well, scientifically, we couldn't have two leaders on the pitch. We saw that it was
on the
not
pitch
working.
or off the pitch.
We saw that it was not working, having two leaders on the pitch. Then we said, but one leader on the pitch is essential. So
But
let
if I-
us keep the main man.
But Reynolds, if I ask you a simple question, this guy has not played enough football for his club at Luton. They are even fighting for relegation from the third tier of English football. He is not even considered for selection. Then we come to the national team, and he hasn't even shown the qualities of somebody who once played for Aston Villa in the English Premier League. And then you start to wonder, we are looking for a win here. Then the coach takes out somebody who has just assisted one of our goals, that is Fabic, and you leave behind the guy who is about to become the Superman of the day to go and die for the ball.
Well, the crazy thing, if you look at it, the majority of the teams that we were playing against, as they used the 4-3-3 formation, we just have one midfielder, that is Fabish there.
And they've got
he has
three
to deal
midfielders.
with three midfielders. And if you look at it, on the right wing and left wing, we didn't even have anyone who was trying to fight there. And Msendami was forced to drop back,
But do you know
playing box to box.
Right. This is what bothers me the most. And yesterday I was like flabbergasted, like, what is going on with these tactical substitutions that these coaches are making?
Yeah.
We are looking for a win to qualify to the next stage. You bring out Msendami,
Yeah.
isn't it?
and you could see the disappointment on his face.
Yeah.
Like, why are you taking me out?
Yeah.
Right. You bring in Bonnie.
Yeah.
To
Playing
go-
in the 8th tier, let's not forget to mention.
Yeah, you know, 8th tier in England.
Yeah.
Maybe he's not even playing. Maybe he's playing church football that side.
Maldon
But
and Tiptree, that's the name of the club.
I don't even know.
Multi tree.
Maldon and Tiptree,
Amabuza guy.
I don't know Booze.
Mabuza.
8th tier,
Since now going there.
social football.
Yeah. Look, he had a chance. He had one chance
guys.
which you could have scored if
Yeah.
he was.
If it was okay,
If it was Mashao Munetsi, to be honest with you would have
that
scored
would
goal.
have go.
Right. To be honest with you, I'm not taking anything away from Bonnie. He did his level best, considering the level of football that he's playing, where he is coming from. Right. The coach, you are having somebody like him, his physicality, to be honest with you, he was winning all the area balls yesterday, the day before yesterday. Even when he replaced Navaya, all his area balls, he is a winner, to be honest with you. Why can't you bring the wingers, not for them to stay on the lines? Let them be invaded.
Yeah.
They come inside closer to him. That each and every ball that he wins, then
They
the
will
second
score
ball,
from
then they can score from that.
Yeah.
Then tactically, I'm looking at this technical bench and saying, was this the right call at this crucial stage? I once questioned the timing of firing the plumber and bringing in his handyman. Then the handyman is a disaster. He brings
There's
in
no
signs when
there's no
need for
identity.
signs.
Yeah.
No
There's,
identity.
there's no identity in that football team.
No-
like I saw those long balls and I was like, no, the first game, it's okay, you guys. We're playing against Egypt. We have to give him respect.
Record holders.
Yes, we have to give him respect. Low block. Second game, surely we could craft 2, 3, 4 passes together. And I bet you, if you go back to the footage, Angola and South Africa, I doubt if we had more than 5 passes from back to front.
We
It
failed.
was always Ndawana Bora to whom it may concern.
Do you know the challenges when we have such players who do not grasp the techno know-how of how to start play from the back? This will lead to the biggest mistakes that we saw yesterday. Whenever you become the boom boys of the football, you are bound to see no bird flying within the zone. Once you hit the ball up front, it means
Wait,
the
boom
opposite-
boys. Maybe.
The Boom Boys, they were just
Oh, good boom, boom. All right.
so every time you could see.
Also, there will be no birds. Okay,
There
I
will be
get
no
it.
birds, yeah. They cannot fly. They're
afraid of getting hit by the ball.
Yeah. So every time when you hit the ball for distance, the team repossesses. You are playing like with the teams that have got the know-how of how to keep possession. South Africa kept possession. Angola kept possession against every time. Egypt, especially against Egypt, it was even worse.
Yeah.
This is the area that the Egyptians capitalized more on. Every time that they recollected the position, they played swift football, attacking us from the wings. And all of our goals, most of them that we considered throughout the tournament, you could tell that the wing backs, either they are out of position or they could not contain the wingers of the opposition team. And then, boom, this is what happens. Defensive formation, we lacked zero. When you've got a low block, let it show you that we are playing, is it a 5-4-1 formation when defending, or we are playing a 4-4-2 when defending? But with Zimbabwe scenario, with our national team scenario, we never saw those zones. We never saw
It was
those
hard. I think I got into an argument.
Yeah,
with,
you got into an argument.
and I was saying, no, they were playing 3-5-2.
Yeah, 3-5-2.
Two, because I saw three at the back, five in the midfield, and the guys were saying, no, they're playing 4-4-3. They were playing 4-3-3. I'm like, where's that 4-3-3 that
Then
you
you
guys
had to
are
bring it up again yesterday.
Yeah, like, what are they playing? What are they playing? It was hard to actually see what Zimbabwe is, how they're structured. Because there was no structure.
When you bring a coach as late as they did, you'll never have a structure.
Yeah.
Today,
Still, guys, all right? Wapewa basa nasa nditi.
Yeah.
Takuta my interview. We did interviews. We've seen that you are capable, right? There's no boss in this world who's going to say, no, you need time to adjust.
Yeah.
unfortunately,
You need to be doing the job.
There's one thing.
At a major tournament.
There's one thing.
It's a major tournament.
And there's one thing that worries me. Every time Zimbabwe performs and loses in the last minute, you hear most of us Zimbabwe saying, nasi tatamba kumana, chazongoramba in the last minute. That is not right. You know, let's do things the right way. Let's have formations that benefits the team. Let us have the best players playing for our national team. I am sorry to the fans out there who say we have played well, we could have won. No. Playing well doesn't win us tournaments. Playing well doesn't guarantee us qualifying.
What is playing well, guys? We did not create any chances we did not structured chances at the Africa Cup of Nations. Half of those were because, if not all, were because we won possession in very good spaces and we had somebody with the technical know-how to then, supply the assists or the dribbling capability in Maswane's case to go past South African defenders and score a goal. There was nothing that we saw at the Africa Cup of Nations that will tell us right now that, no, this Zimbabwean team comes back, right? Going forward, we've got somewhere to build. We've nowhere to build. We've got a captain that loves playing as a goalkeeper or disappears half the game. We've got a coach who decides to chop and change the team at a major tournament for who knows why. And then we've got strikers that want to play for Zimbabwe, but we then get given some player that plays in Bundu Boys Day playing first. Where are we going as a nation if we've got those components just there? Where are we going briefly before we close off?
When we've got such structures and such coaches being given the greatest job
not greatest job, greatest honor.
Greatest honor to lead our nation. Remember, when you are the head coach, you are basically having the title of being the president of Zimbabwe in the tournament. You are representing our number one. Then you make such decisions. To be honest with you, we are going nowhere, and this is a recipe for disaster. And I believe that most guys who are doing HR at ZIFA, both them and the coach should be shown the door.
Yes,
and go and do farming. It's a rainy season right now. Any
Zimbabwean coach could have done this. Why didn't we just pick a Zimbabwean coach?
Well, the thing is, I've seen so much on social media, Zimbabwean coaches being blasted. Maybe this was a technical move to say, you know, when Norman Mapeza goes, then the social media will blast him.
Caetano Tembo is there.
Caetano Tembo is there. And, you know, there are reports that there are squabbles within the camp. And Caetano Tembo, they are a group of players that believe that Caetano Tembo was supposed to be the head coach. So Caetano Tembo basically had no say during the AFCON tournament.
So he was just assistant coach.
Just assistant coach by name.
By name.
Yeah,
there was
his
no
duty was
assistant.
picking up the cones and you know
You could
the
gang,
beefs.
kit manager.
Kit manager.
Or actually was the translator.
Possibly the translator as well.
So
I'm sorry, guys. We've come to. Skilda doesn't want us to go any further. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Strictly Football. Zimbabwe is out of the Africa Cup of Nations. Please tell us your views and points as to why this happened and what we need to do next. But I'm sorry. We are all disappointed, and hopefully, Zifa does the right thing when the team comes back, because I seriously don't see why this coach should still be at the helm of the national team. I mean, we've got coaches that actually won at the Africa Cup of Nations and came back and got fired. So this one definitely can't be that special. Anyway, that's a look at Strictly Football. Thank you for joining us.